very good evening and welcome to this evening's show of Your Manchester with me, Miss Belinda Scandal.
And me, Mr. Mark Llewellyn.
We've got a marvellous show lined up for you today, everybody. On the show today, we have the one and the only Mr. Larry Dean.
Yes, we do. And we've also got Eva Denine, who is appearing at the Aviva Studios.
We have indeed, as well as a little insight into the fabulous world of A Knight's Tale with the gorgeous Emily Benjamin. So stick around for today's show.
It's all dodgers and bangers.
Pardon?
Dodgers and bangers.
Oh, that's what I want as my epitaph. I could see that working. Yeah, no, I could see that working, definitely. How's your week been?
It's been very lovely, actually.
Hasn't it been gorgeous weather?
It's been beautiful weather, and I've been doing a bit of the bob and a what's it and a here. And how's your... Actually, I was in Wigan on Friday. Yes, I was. I had a pie.
Did
at
you?
the town hall. Anyway, how's your week?
Pies are good, aren't they?
Yes.
You know what does me head in? People that eat pies or pizza with knives and forks. There is a design.
Yeah, no,
They're designed to pick them up and shove in your gob, and I love shoving it in my gob.
Yes, I've heard that.
I do, indeed.
Yes.
I went for a lovely walk in the nice weather.
Oh, yes. Where did you go?
Well, I'll tell you, about 10 years ago, I went to the top of Edale.
Yes.
And I found it a breeze walking up there. And anyway, we thought we'd have a visit up there again, a revisit, shall we say. Take some pictures that kind of correlate to the ones that were about 10 years ago. This is me and the other half, Winston.
Yes.
And it was a struggle, shall we say, to get up there.
Oh, was it really?
I'm clearly not as fit as what I once was.
Well, could you not put it up, or was it the husband?
I struggled to get it up there, yes.
Yes.
Honestly.
And it's odd, isn't it? Because often when I'm sitting here, I think your forte is rambling.
Do you? That's very good. Whereas I feel like I'm on the show with you and it's a constant hike. So, listen, did you watch Doctor Who?
Who?
Doctor Who. It was back on Saturday.
Oh.
And it was fabulous because we talked last week about the fact that I had a little meeting with Russell T Davies
and his carer.
About 9 months ago.
Yes.
And his new assistant he's brought in is called Belinda. But the saga does not stop there, everybody. Right. No, indeed. The planet is called Planet of Belinda.
The what?
Planet of Belinda.
The Planet of Belinda.
Yes.
What planet is she on?
Belinda.
Right.
I know.
Okay. Where's he got that from?
Whereas I feel that all Belindas should be in Uranus.
Well, indeed. I've seen your posters. Yes, so do you think that Russell T Davies, did you think he was inspired by you?
I think he was, which is understandable, really. Because it's not... Although, I have read into this, because Belinda actually means beautiful serpent, and I'm wondering if there's some dark shindiggery going to go on this planet.
Yes, so I can see a snake.
Thank you.
Well, that's marvellous, isn't it?
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, I tell you what, shall we go to our first guest?
Let's go to our first guest. It's time to tickle your funny bones, everybody, as we bring onto the little screen that you're watching this on now, the one and only Larry Dean. Well, this next guest, I'm very excited about. He is hilarious. You've probably caught him on the socials. What do you call him?
What do you... Tickery Talk.
Tickery
on
Talk.
Instagram.
And he's very, very good at roasting people as well.
Good Lord above.
He is funny.
I have seen him on television.
He's funny. He's hilarious. A bit of campy-diggery, as I call it. A bit of campy-diggery. Now, this is, of course, Larry Dean, who we're referring to, and he is the 3-time Edinburgh Comedy Award nominee, and he's had to extend his length of shows.
I believe he's extended his Dodger.
He has extended his Dodger, and he's here to tell us all about it right now. Larry Dean, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
We should say that we are recording this quite early in the morning.
We're always in sequin, so it doesn't matter.
Where we might be used to your designer haircut, it's now been masked by a baseball cap because, I mean, not to give anything away, he's in his pajamas, basically.
He is, yeah.
In your pajamas, aren't you, my love?
Yeah, it's. I thought, to be fair, it is a pleasure being woken up by your voice in the morning for a second time. To be fair.
Oh, well, thank you. I hope the rash cleared up the first time. How lovely. Tell us all about this show then, Dodger. I mean, it conjures up Oliver, but I mean, also having seen your art, I can see where you're coming from with this.
It's mainly just, I, funnily enough, didn't come up with the title. I just came up with the jokes. And then one of the people at my agency said, oh, you should call it Dodger because the show's about Elvis and it's about my gran. And Elvis used to call his gran Dodger. So basically, chat about my granny, chat about Elvis, and chat about my relationship. And the thing is, though, whenever I do stuff on stage, it usually just it usually isn't much of a plan. It usually goes out the window pretty quickly, and so I'll be chatting no doubt about ADHD as well.
Yes, because you have just fully come out as saying that you are now suffering with well, not suffering,
No.
I hate that word. living with autism. I mean, a big shock to you, or did you kind of always know?
Yeah, I'm not the one suffering with it. I think my partner's suffering with it
Oh,
because he's the one who has to put up with some of my traits. The thing is, what was weird is when I got the diagnosis thing, I didn't really care. The reason why I got it was just because to validate my partner and all that stuff. So I think loads of people getting diagnosed with stuff at the moment anyway, but I added my name to the pile.
so this you are very funny. It has to be said. There is a certain method that I don't think we've seen in a while of your style of comedy. I mean, it's daft, but it's got heart, and it's good. Why for you did you start with comedy?
The reason why I did is because I basically failed most of my exams, and I got made to have to put in a application to all the universities. Like there was a thing in my school that they'd only let people go to university because I pretty much just wanted to do like an apprenticeship and stuff. And then one of the degrees that I saw was available was in like writing and performance, and I managed to get into it, even though I didn't do well in any of my exams. And when I was doing that, there was a bunch of people doing stand up, and I thought, oh, I may as well give it a go because I've always wanted to do it anyway. And then I ended up doing it, and I really liked it. I think as well there is a thing when you perform that it's addictive because sometimes you get a good buzz from it, and sometimes you get an awful one. So it's genuinely like an addiction because like there's nothing that gives you more of a high than when you're on stage, and that's why I kind of kept doing it. So I ended up being like, oh, I'll just give it a go, see how it goes, and then I just became addicted to it.
So just before we let you go, then, I mean, we know this show's coming to the Lowry on the 19th of April. What's the ultimate goal for you? I mean, you seem to be ticking quite a few boxes at the moment. What's the ultimate goal?
To do all my interviews in the evening.
Imagine me having to dress like this first thing in the morning. Hey?
I know, I'm very impressed. I know that was it. Like usually, to be honest, at most shows I probably wouldn't actually feel that underdressed. I think on this one, I am the most underdressed I could possibly be. It looks like some kind of horrendous before and after. Uh, um, what was my actual goal? To be honest, my complete goal would be probably to do like maybe like films or like do more acting and stuff. The reason why I'd probably say that anyway is because like my heroes were like Jim Carrey and Robin Williams. So I feel that the doing acting stuff would be kind of similar to them because they obviously did stand up and then went into films and stuff like that. But you don't really see many comics doing movies anymore, I don't think.
Well, not yet. You might start a new trend. You never know.
Hopefully. I
Hey?
mean, it's a good trend for a comic to get onto. It's a lot more positive a one than a lot of other ones have done.
Indeed. Well, listen, like we say, this is coming to the Lowry on the
Yes.
19th of April over at Lowry, not
At
the
Lowry.
Lowry.
No, we don't.
It's
No,
got
we're not
no
allowed to say
it's
the.
just Lowry these days.
Very
'cause
trendy, isn't it?
It's shabba, smack your bitch up scenario.
And you see,
Isn't
what
it?
made me laugh was when Larry came through. He said, "Is this a radio interview?"
Yes.
Really?
Well, we could be. To be fair, many people have said we've got a face for radio.
Yes,
So
they
it could have been that. Larry, thank you so much for your time today. Absolutely check this one out, everybody. Once again, the Lowry, Salford on the 19th of April. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Larry.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Well, over at the Opera House at the moment, a fabulous show has just launched.
I've been hearing tell. A few people have already been to see it.
Have you been told good things?
Yes, very good things, actually.
It is fantastic.
Yes.
It's called A Knight's Tale.
Yes.
And it's obviously based on the Heath Ledger movie that was out.
Absolutely.
And
Quite
it's
an iconic
brilliant.
film.
And they've transcended it now to the stage.
Yes.
And it's marvellous. And we've got one of the cast members joining us. Now, I spoke to her last week when they were in dress rehearsals, tech rehearsals.
Tech rehearsal,
they call
yes.
them. And she joins us now. This is Emily Benjamin. Welcome to the show, Emily.
You're looking extremely glamorous on this fine day.
Oh, honestly, it's a bit early to be putting on a full black eye makeup look, but we're in tech, so I've got to start doing my makeup early.
And how's it all going? I mean, you're getting there?
It's getting there. It's really exciting. The set, the costumes, everything is incredible. You make something in a rehearsal room and you imagine it all, and then you come to do the thing and it's so much bigger and sort of more fully realized than you ever imagined. So yeah, it's really exciting.
So for those people that don't know about A Knight's Tale, and if they don't, they've obviously never seen the movie with the fabulous Heath Ledger. I mean, what is the premise? What's it all about?
The basic setup is actually based on, very vaguely, on the Chaucer A Knight's Tale from the Canterbury Tales. And you've got a guy who wants to change his future, a guy who wants to step out of what the world has told him he is. He's been born a peasant and he wants to sort of reach for the stars and become a knight. And that's his dream. And it's a show all about not settling for what people tell you that you have to be and striving to be what you dream you can be.
So how's it being presented on the stage then? What's the kind of feel of what we
Well, you've got some absolute bangers in the soundtrack of the film already, and it was one of the first films to ever use that idea of sort of setting modern music against this medieval backdrop. And obviously Baz Luhrmann's Moulin Rouge came out later that same year, so you've got that sort of influence happening there as well. So you can expect a lot of noughties bangers, which frankly is on every single song that's in the show is on my nostalgia playlist that I've got. Do you know what I mean? They all started and you go, of course, this song. We did a little preview a few weeks ago of Holding Out for a Hero is in there, who obviously, and it's sung by the iconic Welsh songstress that is Bonnie Tyler, and I'm Welsh as well, and I get to sing it, so that's really fun. What else have we got? I would also describe the soundtrack as erring on the side of camp.
It's allowed.
It's allowed, and frankly, we need a little bit of campness in the world at the minute. It's a bit scary out there, so it's nice to listen to joyful songs. Yeah.
So how is it being part of a brand new musical? I mean, it must be fantastic being creative.
Yeah, I've been very lucky in my career that I've been allowed to create quite a lot, and I really enjoy being in rooms where you are asked for your opinion, that you're very much in the mix of making who these characters are. Parts of you get left in the show, and then when they go on to have lives beyond you, you sort of go, oh, that was a bit of me. I did the original cast of Bat Out of Hell in this theatre, actually. So it's like a full circle moment for me where we opened Bat Out of Hell 9 years ago in the Opera House, and now I'm back here opening A Night.
I was there.
Were you there?
I saw it 7 times. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the creative process is always, I find, so much more rewarding. And you are forced into challenges, but also to show the best of yourself, and you're allowed to really, show what you can do as a performer rather than fitting yourself into a pre-existing box, which is really nice.
So for people wanting to get into musical theatre, how would you encourage them? What would you tell them to do?
I was involved in musicals from a very early age, and I was obsessed with musical theatre because I saw it as the most incredibly out there art form, and I was obsessed with soundtracks. I would listen to soundtracks all the time back in the days where you had to order them off Amazon, where you couldn't just sort of download them on iTunes. And I'd sit there with the little pamphlets that came with all the lyrics and obsessively learn all the songs. And I think just seeing as much as you can, and there's so much theatre now that is being made to entice people into theatre. I think it's being actively made more accessible. This show has really wild football references in it, and it's got, which I'm not a fan of football at all, but I'm sure there's maybe some bloke who's been dragged along who's coming to see it. He'll go, oh, that's really funny, and I get that, and that's for me. And it's, we're trying to make theatre more accessible to everyone.
And finally, for people that know nothing about A Knight's Tale, what is at the heart of this? What is it that's going to make people want to come and see this show?
I think people should come and watch this show if they want a really fun night out, if they want to escape our world for a little bit and be put into a world where knights sing and joust, and there are big, heavy rock vocals and some epic costumes, and that it's all about dreaming big and reaching for whatever you set your heart on and not being afraid to change your stars.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And A Knight's Tale is on at the Opera House through until the 10th of May. Well, we're looking forward to going to that, aren't we?
We are indeed. It's going to be good, that.
Yes. Right, now televisual.
Televisuals.
I've been watching White Lotus, which is now finished.
Is it not a bit filthy?
No, it isn't. No. Everybody's been saying, I mean, Patrick Schwarzenegger, Arnold's son,
Yes.
he's been the sort of heartthrob of it.
The way you went like that. Apparently, it's not very much like that. It's more like that.
Well, you haven't seen anything.
Oh, have you not
really.
seen
No,
anything?
just him walking around in his shorts a lot.
Oh, right.
But he is the character that had the, I mean, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, please lower the sound at this point.
Yes.
Incestuous thing with his brother.
Oh, it's filth.
But you didn't see anything.
With his brother?
Yes.
See, I must still be on season 1 because I'm still watching her. What's her name? With the blonde hair? Jennifer Coolidge. Yes.
Oh, that's season 1.
What season are we up to?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Already?
Well, it's finished now.
Oh, I feel a day with chicken wings coming on.
I'm
having a bit
waiting
of
for the
watch
one where
her.
they do it, like in Blackpool, because they do, each series is in a different resort.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, so it's right. So
Yeah.
How is it tied together then? What's the link that makes it?
Well,
White
well
Lotus?
nothing much. It's different resorts and maybe one character.
Right.
But yes, so there we are.
So is it good? Is it worth watching?
Well, I enjoyed it. The end was perhaps a little disappointing.
Lackadaisical.
A bit
rushed.
lackadaisical. No, not so much rushed, but you were expecting bigger kind of fireworks than there actually were.
Well, I'm always expecting bigger fireworks.
Yes.
I really am.
No.
For instance,
Yes.
on ITV, an ITV player at the moment. Do you call it
Yes.
ITV player? Is it still, or is it ITV Hub?
IDVX, I think it's
ITVX.
called now. I thought that was a porn channel, so I've not gone anywhere near it.
That's probably how you found White
Don't want
Lotus.
to see you on there.
No, not since I did the video with the donkey.
No, and
No.
I mean, the donkey can't do the stairs anymore, so
Well,
it's had to retire.
It's true, but it gives a whole new meaning to the wonderful works of George Orwell's Animal Farm. So, listen, Big Brother,
Yes.
absolutely all going down.
Is it?
I have to say, big shout out to our Danny Beard because he is playing an absolute corker. He's showing his true colours, which is fantastic because he is a nice guy.
Right.
When he strips back that little bit of show business, you find out who the real Danny Beard is. Lovely guy. One guy that's
Do
not
that with
come.
you.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Don't strip back any further with me. One guy that's not come across particularly well.
Yes.
Is Mickey.
Well, now, I don't watch Big Brother, but I saw some photographs of him. Is he melting or something?
He is a candle wax.
Something's gone very wrong,
He
hasn't
was
it?
very handsome back in the
He
day.
was,
I don't know
yes.
why he thought he needed all that work doing. I mean,
No.
I probably need more work doing. If you
I mean,
know,
I'd want my money back, wouldn't you?
I'd want my money back. He does. He's beginning to look a bit like. Do you remember them toys in the 90s called Boglins?
Yes.
Yes, that's what he's giving me. He's giving me Boglin vibes. But anyway, he's not in it
Yes.
now because he's been kicked out for his stupid comments. I mean, he knows he's on television.
Yes.
I mean, whether they say, "Oh, can't see the cameras," you can see these cameras. They are quite big and
You've
hefty.
signed a contract,
Yeah.
and you're expecting to be paid, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you've got to kind of be aware. Well, we're now going to find out about a fantastic show that's at the Aviva Studios, and it is called Wake.
So, Mark, let me ask you, what would happen if you combined dance culture and Irish tradition?
I think you'd be having a wake at the Aviva Studios.
Indeed, and to tell us more about it, Emer Dineen, welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
Listen, you're going to have to tell us all about this. This sounds right up my street of glitterati fabulousness.
Babes, you gotta come. You gotta get involved. I think it is right up your street. It is literally this electrifying Irish variety phenomenon. There's Irish dancing, there's aerial, there's comedy, there's pole dancing, there's poetry. It is just like high octane extravaganza that I think you'd really enjoy.
Oh, fantastic. And so is this it's a family show then?
It's for everybody, yeah. I think the biggest part of this show is that it really heralds our collective humanity. It's just like dancing fearlessly and fiercely in the face of grief, in the face of pain, and reminding us what it is to be human and what it is to be alive and have a little party.
So it's really sort of almost like a variety show then, isn't it? For example, for you, what you're doing in the show, is that something you do elsewhere, or is it just for this show?
Yeah, I do. So I have I mean, it's comedy if you laugh. It's very subversive performance art if you don't. I have this drag character that is more of a kind of like a handout to the audience. His name is Duncan Disorderly, and he's the very unreliable English cousin. And we have we have Irish dancing, we have aerial, we have pole dancing. There is very little that we do not offer with this show. We pummel you with entertainment.
And that's what's fantastic about it, though. I mean, there's not enough people and groups doing this kind of, like you say, variety, but immersement in a proper evening out.
Yeah, I think that's like what This Is Pop Baby is so amazing at, like curating amazing, like high impact theatre that leaves you, you know, edified from like a kind of narrative point of view, like you've really seen a story and been part of something, but it's also like just a fantastic night out.
It sounds
It's a
like
party.
it is.
It is a party.
It is, and I was looking at the seating plan. Not often I can say this in polite company, but it actually has a thrust stage right into the audience.
A thrust, like a catwalk.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's got to, hasn't it? It's immersive.
Yes.
17th to the 21st of April over at the wonderful Aviva Studios. In just a few words, why should people come and watch this show?
You should come to this show if you want a frenzy of ritual, of rave, of grief, of joy, of club culture, of Irish culture, of just being alive and, yeah, being together.
It sounds absolutely phenomenal. And
Yes.
This is Pop Baby. They're well known already.
Absolutely.
Well known for
yeah.
eclectic nights of chaos and glitter.
Well, a bit like a night out with you, isn't it?
It is like a night out with me. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. It was an absolute joy to speak to you.
Well, there you go. See,
Yes.
it's going to be good, that.
Lot going on.
Aviva, in my opinion, or Factor International, whatever you want to call them.
I don't know what
They've
it's-
gone from gear 1 to gear 4 in like a short space of time. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on them.
Yes.
Now they're on my radar.
And we do like it there because you can have a pee in the old Coronation Street viaduct.
Right, so join us next week because we've got a really insightful interview with two fantastic people. They are called Will and Joe. They are from Hope Mill Theatre and they're celebrating something very special, so they'll be telling us all about that on next week's show.
And before we go, we
Yes.
must say we are also celebrating something very special because this is a very special episode.
Well, this is actually 7 years to the day near enough since we began Your Manchester with our very first guest who was Loz Kane and Gemma from Corrie.
Yes,
Real name?
is correct.
Thank you. So we had her on as well, and it was wonderful. And like I say, as long as I live, I will never forget the time I spent all the time putting the show together, only to find out the studio rented from Hope Mill didn't have any internet, so it made life a little bit more tricky.
Yes, and in fact, Dolly Rose, it was her birthday.
Oh, Dolly
This
Rose,
last
there
couple
we
of
are.
days.
Thanks for remembering. Very,
It will come. But
very
it does
casually there, very casually. Listen, make sure you're checking out the podcast on this week's show as well,
Yes.
because we've got some not seen interviews on there and also on Facebook
We
as
have,
well.
haven't we? We meet lots of not seen people and they all end up there.
Indeed they do.
It's like Interview Anonymous.
Interviews Anonymous.
Yeah.
I like that. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks for watching, though, this week's episode of
Your Manchester.